I believe a lot of you are ready for these truths, but a lot of you too are just effeminate baby boys. And you can't accept this reality. You stay suckled in on your mom's tit, just thinking everything's honky-dory, it's fine, these are all conspiracy theories, I live my best life. You're up first going to hell, man. I hate to break it to you. What is up, guys? How are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon. Let's get it going. Back with another video with Mr. Hammond, guys, sitting outside. Yes, on my balcony. Come on, guys. Catching the last little bit of sun. There's actually no sun. The sun probably set maybe 5 minutes ago. So we got a bit of a blue hour here. Excuse my parched voice, guys. I was just out evangelizing for maybe like 3 or 4 hours at a university, guys. You can check the channel up there. It's kind of blowing up. Like, glory to God. I'm so grateful, guys. It's such a fulfilling feeling. There's a lot of spiritual warfare, guys, because again, you're in the flesh, dealing with people's spirits, and you know, they don't agree with this, A, B, C, D. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So with that said, guys, in today's video, I'm speaking of why the West has fallen. I think it's very evident for all of you guys that we are not in the same world that that we were once in, you know, pre-COVID. The world is completely topsy-turvy. It's upside down. It's backwards. The West is being absolutely abolished. You know, I don't really know exactly what I titled this, and I want to explain why. Now, I think from the get-go, you guys can understand that is merely because of an absence of Christianity. Whether you guys like to believe it or not, the West, I'm going to assume it's where the majority of you guys live, being Europe, America, Canada, predominantly Europe and US, let's say, but Canada, we're like America's little brother. It used to be the land of the free. We used to see eye to eye. We knew what a man and a woman was. There was family, there was lineage, there was a congruency, there was a community where when you looked at your fellow neighbor, you knew for the most part you guys shared the same beliefs. You shared the same ideas. Heck, maybe you even shared the same meals. We all kind of like the same things, and you guys may think, oh, that's a bad thing. We need a bunch of diversity, but the reality is we actually don't. You know, this is what builds cultures. It's what builds communities, and it's why when you go to, let's say, Italy or places in the Europe, you feel that level of connectedness. You know, maybe not for us because, you know, I'm not Italian, so I may not feel that, but you can respect it. You can understand, like, yo, these guys don't play around. These are their traditions. And for a long time growing up, you know, I thought, because this is what's fed to myself and you guys, this egalitarian viewpoint that, culture is bad. You know, we should all just be the exact same. There shouldn't be this nation. Everything is just completely together. No such thing as a man or a woman. I never thought that. I was never that demented. But you know, just this idea that like everything is the same. There are no labels. And the problem with that, my friends, is that is exactly what Satan wants. I feel like I'm preaching to you guys. I'm preaching to the world right now. So you guys need to understand, okay, I was speaking to an individual today, like I told you guys at the university, and she was, you know, bisexual. He was, sorry. And, you know, he kind of looked like a girl. Again, you know, all love. But he was like, you know, I'm all for the Jesus thing, I'm all for love, but the second you kind of bring in this hate or judgment, that's where I don't think, you know, I belong, or that's, you know, what Christ would say. And the reality is, I had to say to this individual is that Christ did not come to unite. Whether you guys believe that or not, Christ came to divide. He came with a sword to separate the wheats and the tares, the sheep and the goats, the children of God and the children of Satan. It states, I believe in Matthew, that when he comes, he's coming to divide father and mother, or sorry, father, son, mother, daughter, daughter-in-law, and son-in-law. So this idea, guys, that Christ is just this hippie here to just make everybody feel good, walk on tulips, is an absolute lie. Now to bring it back to the main point I was speaking of, because you guys know my mind kind of just goes on a bunch of little tangents. Hold up, let me plug in the lights. All right, we are back in action. Yes, I still have some LED lights here. I honestly never come out here in the balcony. I really should more. But like I was saying, guys, you know, division is good. You never thought I'd be saying that, but I'll tell you guys this, division is good. We need a level of division. That's what allows us, guys, to really segregate and actually find our voice. I mean, guys, if you have no boundaries, if you have no barriers, if you think that everybody's your friend, there's no such thing as good and bad, as right and wrong, as morality, as objectivity, as yes and no. If we live in this world with no barriers, no borders, no boundaries, everyone's the exact same, we do not flourish. We die. It doesn't work, guys. You know, and this is really what conservatism is about. It's not a matter of like being this like cowboy Texas hat and speaking an American accent, drinking beer. No. Being conservative is conserving exactly what built our countries, what built the West, what built the land of the free. And if you're watching this video right now, I feel like I'm preaching. If you're in the West, which I almost guarantee that you are, it's why you have the freedoms, you have all the luxuries of being in the West, right? We have the law heavily dictated on the Bible. We have, I'm sure you live in a condo or your mother and father's house. You're most likely not in China, North Korea, or the Middle East, all right? Or in some hut in Africa. That was built because certain individuals decided, you know what, this Jesus thing, this Bible, our American values, which all stem back to that, we're going to conserve that. We are going to share this. We are going to say, you know what, there is objective right and wrong. This book it's got to have something to it. And from that, let's spread it. And from that, that is how Christianity spread, guys. This idea of colonization, you know, oh, we took over all this native land and like we're the oppressors, the white man. Natives were killing each other, scalping each other, butchering each other for all humanity. This is how humanity works. It was actually us as Christians that came over to say, hold up. Stop drinking dirt pee or cow pee. Here's the Bible. Learn some manners. Let's make it happen. Now, I don't want to go too into depth with that because I know that's probably already going to offend some people. But the reality is, guys, is the reason the West is fallen today is because of a lack of that biblical practice. It's because of a lack of being able to see eye to eye, be in congruence with a fellow brother. And guys, I mean this, man. I really, really mean this. I go outside now. I live in Canada, right? In a pretty, you know, just outside Toronto, pretty popular condensed area. I'll tell you what thing, man. I go outside right now. I go for a walk. I look at the next 10 people. I probably have nothing in common with them. That is not good. That should not happen, guys. And the reason for that is because elites are doing everything they can to remove conservatism, to remove what built the West. And the problem with that is this is why we now have 72 genders. It's why people are cutting off their genitals. We can't even define what a man or a woman is, you know. We have more illegal immigrants coming in here every single year. They're being taken care of more than our own residents who helped build this country, guys. And I mean, I can really go on and on. I'm kind of speaking of a multitude of things here, but the West has fallen because of a lack of Christ, brotherhood, and an ability to see eye to eye. Do you understand? Because just having Christ alone is not enough, guys. You know, I believe this is why in the Bible it's so common, it's so propagated to walk, right? How can two walk together unless they are agreed? That's Amos 3:3. To walk with fellow brothers, to have a congregation, right? To essentially go to church with multiple believers. I mean, this is really, guys, what the disciples did. Hung around together, learned, and then disseminated the message. But guys, I gotta tell you this, okay? Because maybe this is, I don't know, triggering some of you aren't believing this. If we are not disseminating the message that fundamentally built the West, we're in the year what? 2024 after whose death? Jesus Christ, my friends. If we are not propagating this, which is what has built morality, law, family, tradition, culture, the land of the free, you don't agree with me, name somewhere else you'd rather live, right? You egalitarian little soy boy. But besides that point, if that is being taken, guys, then something else will be put in its place. And that, my friends, is communism. That, my friends, is Marxism. That, my friends, is this dystopian, degenerate, Andrew Tate kind of like pseudo-masculinity, just get more money, crypto pump, I don't know, get more Bugattis. It's this degenerate, pseudo-masculine, and I mean, really, that's not even horrible. The worst thing is this communist, you know, antichrist wave. That's really what's being propagated. And the only way to combat that, my friends, is to come back to biblical practices. You know, where I do agree with Tate and a lot of, you know, Hamza guys like this, which are, they're kind of clowns, to be honest with you, is that they're like jerking you guys. They're giving you a little bit of truth, right? A little bit of the leaven, a little bit of, you know, here you go, which really all stem back from the Bible. But then they're just remixing it into their own self-idolatrous way. As men, we cannot lean on our own understanding. In Proverbs 14:12, it states that there is a way which seems right to a man, but its ends are the ways of death. I would not trust myself. I would not trust you with a 6-foot pole, but I can trust Christ, the perfect man who walked this earth sinless, who gives us this exact morality, objective of right, wrong, yes, no, how we ought to live and how we ought not to live. But if you keep dancing on this fairy tale reality where you're too afraid to offend anybody, step on anybody's toes, then you, my friend, are part of the problem, and you're going to lead everybody to hell. That's what's happening right now. That's why I go to these universities, to spread the gospel, to have these men stand back on solid foundation. And I'll tell you what, buddy, you cannot stand on solid foundation without the Bible. You can't. The Quran ain't going to do it. That'll tell you to beat your wife, have sex slaves, marry a 9-year-old, etc. but the Bible can. Won't be the Vedas, won't be Hinduism, won't be Buddhism, but it's what built America. It's what built the West, and it's time for us to have a revival. It's time for us to bring that back, because without that, we are perishing. It's exactly what's happening now, and it breaks my heart every single day. I may have to move to America, man, in a couple of years' time, because they're trying to ban the Bible here, guys. They're trying to put guys like me in prison for merely saying what I'm saying right now out in public. You think that's okay? You think that that's not an agenda? You think that just happened by chance? You know, I gotta be harsh on you guys, because I believe a lot of you are ready for these truths, but a lot of you too are just effeminate baby boys, and you can't accept this reality. You stay suckled in on your mom's tit, just thinking everything's honky-dory, it's fine, these are all conspiracy theories, I live my best life. You're up first going to hell, man. I hate to break it to you. We must be born again, and that's why our world's fallen. It's why the West is fallen. I'm really not too sure what I titled this video, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even know if I'm going to keep filming outside, but I just feel like I had to kind of rattle some stuff off with you guys, because I'm fed up. I'm done with it. I don't care if you guys agree with me. I don't care if I'm this conservative, extremist, nationalist. I don't care. I need to save our country, guys, and I need to give you guys the truth, because if it's not bad enough right now, it's only going to get worse. And by that time, my friend, once those freedoms are gone, they're gone for good. You're not getting them back. So it's time to grow up, grab your nutsack, actually conserve the beauty of what we have if you live in the West. And if you don't live in the West, then have fun living where you live. Don't bring your garbage here to the West. A lot of Middle East, a lot of Muslims, a lot of Hindus, they're bringing their paganism here, and it's ruined. It's ruined Canada. That's part of it. I'm not saying it's all of it. That's part of it, but it's a different topic for a different day. You know, if you want to come here, that's fine, no problem. But you adopt to what built the West. Why do you think you came here, man? For the freedoms that we have that you can't practice back at home, but somehow your beliefs are superior. Clown world, guys. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense, though, because people no longer think with a clear mind. They're double-minded. This is Hamza self-development YouTubers. They flip-flop every single day. It's this I feel today, this I feel tomorrow. It's effeminate, it's degenerate, and it's leading you to the pits of hell as the blind lead the blind. So let's submit ourselves to Christ, gain this masculine authority, help our fellow brothers do the same, and if we die doing it, amen. I'd rather do that than just be some degenerate snowflake eating up whatever, you know, garbage they serve you, which is changing every single day. So that is that. God bless. Have an amazing day, guys. This is said with love, and yeah, who knows, maybe we'll just bang out more videos here, because I see no one else on YouTube doing it, and the self-development community we're in is an absolute joke. It's pathetic, and I've been saying that for years, but no one watches my stuff. So it's time to go viral. It's time to grab life by the nuts, and I want you to do the same. All right, God bless. Have an amazing day. Protect your country. Stand up. Follow Christ, and let's save the world. Okay, see you guys next video. Coaching is always below, and I'll check you then. Much love. Peace.